The polished marble of the First Coastal Bank's lobby in Seattle gleamed under the morning light of June 15, 2027. Sarah Coleman paused mid-step, her black coat brushing the floor. A crumpled tissue sailed past her, landing near her boots. The man who tossed it, late 40s, pressed suit, badge dangling from his belt, pointed to a coffee stain by the executive elevator. "Missed a spot," he said, smirking. "If you're going to clean, at least do it right." The lobby's hum faltered. A snicker drifted from the reception desk. A woman in stilettos muttered, "Fourth janitor this month." Sarah didn't flinch. Her eyes flicked to the tissue, then to the sleek sign above the elevator. "Executive access, level A only." A security guard hustled over, his whisper loud enough for the crowd. "Ma'am, this area's for management." Service staff used the back entrance. "Louder now, no badge." "Call building control." Someone nearby hissed. "Probably scoping the place." "Homeless, maybe." Phones emerged, a camera's red light blinked. Sarah bent down, not for the tissue, but to grab her worn leather satchel. Her hands were steady, deliberate. She met the guard's eyes, then the man in the suit. "I won't be here long," she said, voice low. "But you'll remember me." No one caught her words. They weren't listening. Sarah moved with purpose down a side corridor marked service access. Behind her, the door clicked shut. She tapped her phone, and an icon flared. Iron Gate Protocol, restricted access. She selected the location, typed zone activate, and kept walking. The narrow hallway smelled of stale coffee and damp walls. At an unmarked door, she swiped a keycard. Inside, a dim utility room held a single terminal. She plugged in her tablet, scanned her thumb, and watched the Iron Gate interface hum to life. Through a one-way window, the lobby unfolded like a stage. A middle-aged woman, clutching a folder of neatly tabbed documents, loan papers, eyed stewed at the counter. Her voice was steady, hopeful. "I'm setting up a trust for my daughter. She's autistic." The teller, young, dismissive, barely looked up. "We don't handle those accounts here. Try the branch in Renton." The woman blinked. "I work downtown. This is my bank." The teller shrugged. "Your zip code's not in our priority tier." "Policy." The word policy hung like a slap. Sarah's face stayed stone cold, but her tablet pulsed. Iron Gate flagged it. Customer deflection, zip code bias. Recorded, timestamped, filed. At the counter, a young man in a worn delivery uniform approached, holding a paycheck. "I've cashed here before," he said, nervous but polite. The teller snapped. "No government ID, no service. Work badges don't count." He stammered, but last week she cut him off. "Not today." He left, head down. Iron Gate logged it. Service denial, arbitrary. Upstairs, branch manager Claire Hensley sipped a latte, skimming reports. Her assistant knocked. Some woman's in the service halls, no badge, taking notes. Claire didn't look up. Keep her away from clients. Don't bother with Iron Gate-type flags everything. We're at 93% compliance. No need to stir things up. Sarah heard every word through the terminal's mic. Iron Gate flashed orange. Compliance manipulation detected. Claire's voice crackled again. Audits only care about numbers. Hit the target, hide the rest. That did it. Iron Gate turned red. Ethics override violation. Sarah typed one line into a secure chat. Case escalating. Alert federal liaison. She stayed in that room 17 minutes longer, watching, listening. Every dismissive tone, every policy dodge, every laugh logged. The system didn't need her anger. It had her evidence. In the executive lounge, Regional Director Paul Vernon lounged, scrolling his phone, sipping sparkling water. His assistant rushed in. Security flagged a woman downstairs, no badge, near the elevators. Paul chuckled. Probably some auditor playing spy. If she's important, I'd know her. He waved it off. They don't run boardrooms. They clean them. Downstairs, Sarah stood in the shadows, her phone buzzing. Iron Gate case active. Treasury watching. She typed full escalation and waited, invisible, exactly as they'd assumed her to be. Up on the 12th floor, Paul paced a glass-walled conference room. Some janitor wandering the halls, he told a colleague over the phone, laughing. Security's got it. His assistant slid a folder across the table. Compliance freeze just hit. Iron Gate, not us. Paul froze. We're not due for audit. Before he could finish, the door swung open. Sarah walked in no knock, no badge, just presence. She set her tablet down, shed her coat, revealing a tailored suit. I'm aware this is a closed meeting, she said, voice like a blade. I won't be long. Paul's phone lit up. Account access denied. Transfers frozen. The room went silent. Sarah tapped her tablet. The screen behind her flickered. Pacific Crest Holdings. Irongate Protocol, Tier 4. I'm Sarah Coleman, she said, founder of Pacific Crest Holdings, your majority investor, and the architect of Irongate. Paul's face drained. 3 hours ago, you mistook me for a janitor. Now, Irongate's locked $1.7 billion in liquidity across 6 banks. Treasury's watching live. A VP stood. You need a board vote. Sarah didn't blink. I got it yesterday. You were too busy mocking my code. The screen shifted, playing clips, tellers dismissing customers, managers joking about risky accents, Paul's own voice. They cleaned boardrooms. The room felt like it was shrinking. You didn't just fail an audit, Sarah said. You failed people. Systematically. By noon, headlines broke. $1.7 billion frozen in ethics crackdown. Treasury confirms Irongate trigger. ATMs across Seattle, Portland, and Boise flashed errors. Social media exploded 2.8 million views in an hour. Sarah didn't speak again until a CBS interview days later. It's not about me, she told the anchor. It's about the people dismissed daily by zip code, by accent, by assumption. Irongate doesn't punish. It exposes. Her words hit like a shockwave. A week later, 3 bank CEOs resigned. Washington, Oregon, and Idaho halted new banking licenses, mandating Irongate certification. Sarah's name trended, not because she shouted, but because her system did. At Pacific Crest's HQ, a map tracked Irongate's reach green for compliant, red for frozen. Fewer reds now. Sarah didn't celebrate. She built. A plaque now hung in the bank's lobby, in honor of Sarah Coleman, architect of accountability. A passerby read it. Unaware, Sarah stood nearby. Is she real? They asked. Sarah smiled. By design. What do you think? Did Sarah go too far, freezing billions and shaking an industry to prove a point? Or was her silence the loudest weapon? Should systems like Irongate have unchecked power to expose bias? Or do they risk overreach? Comment below, share where you're watching from, and subscribe if you believe accountability shouldn't stay silent.